I'm going to be making a Victoria sandwich, and this is actually really personal to me. It was actually my first cake that I ever made when I was younger. To begin with, we're going to be starting by creaming together our butter and sugar. So I'm using unsalted butter, and I'm going to be creaming that together with some caster sugar. When we talk about creaming, we're actually talking about incorporating lots of air into our mixture. So if you do have a handheld electric mixer, perfect. If you don't, then you can do this with a wooden spoon, but it is a lot more difficult to get that kind of air incorporated in there. So as you can see here, I've got a really light, really pale and fluffy consistency now. So what I'm going to begin to do is to start to add my eggs really gradually. At this stage, you want to try and keep incorporating as much air as possible. Add a little bit more and then just keep repeating this process. What tends to happen is if you add your eggs all in one go, your mixture is going to curdle or split. And it's just all about the fats and emulsifying them nice and gradually, and then you get a lovely smooth and fluffy mix. And as you can see, my mixture hasn't curdled at all. And that's simply because I'm adding it really nice and slowly. And what you should end up with is a really kind of smooth and shiny mixture. So as you can see, we've got one smooth mixture now. It's all come together really nicely. My mixture hasn't curdled and it's really smooth, which is what we're looking for. When it comes to incorporating your flour, try and do it in about 3 stages. We want to fold this in really gently. It's quite important that at this stage, we do not want to overwork our mixture. And as soon as that's almost incorporated, I'm going to add my final stage of flour and fold it in exactly the same way. So just be really gentle at this stage, and you really want to make sure that you're using a spatula and not the hand mixer. So you can see we've got a really light and fluffy mixture. Here are my 2 sandwich tins that I'm going to be popping my mixture into, and I've already lined it with some parchment paper. And then you just want to split this into 2 evenly. So at this stage, all we're looking to do is we just want to palette knife our mixture and make sure it goes all the way to the edges, and just make sure it's nice and even. So once you've done both of the sandwich tins, I'm just going to get a little bit of kitchen roll and just clean the edges, then you don't get lots of kind of crispy bits. So the Victoria sandwich is ready. It's going to go directly into the oven that's been set to 180 degrees. These have been out of the oven now for a good 30 minutes because we do want them to cool down before we put any decoration on them. Here I've got some whipped cream, and this is what I'm going to place in the centre. And all I've done to this cream is I've just whipped it up using a hand whisk or your electric whisk. And I'm going to place some raspberries in the centre. Now when it comes to the raspberries, just place them nice and neatly all around, and then you just kind of know that everyone's going to get an equal amount of raspberries, and it just looks good when you slice into it as well. I'm just going to place this on top of my raspberries, and this also helps to stick the top layer of cake to the cream as well. And then once you spread all of that cream on the top, it's time to sit our second layer of sponge directly on top of there, and then really push that down. And then just to finish it off, I've got some icing sugar that I'm just going to dust over the top. And there it is, a classic Victoria sponge that not only looks amazing, but tastes delicious.